The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex. Now, Tom O'Brien, Darrell Martin, and Steve Rhodes.
Welcome back, folks. It's Tom O'Brien, TFNN. Dow Industrials right now up 8, Nasdaq's up 2, S&P's are flat. We have gold down $1. You get platinum off 4. Bonds are up 22. King dollar's up 3.15. A euro is off 65. And folks, if you haven't opened a Nadex account yet, you can come over to our website at TFNN.com. You're going to see the banner right on the top, on the side. You can open an account right here, right now. They'll put $25,000 of funny money into it. And when you talk about a little trader's paradise, folks, okay, it's out here, and it's out here in spades. So what do we do out here this morning? So check this out. This is really cool. Well, I'm going to do this quick. So the S&Ps first, okay? So let's just look at the S&Ps. So what you have, you get a Friday out here. Fridays in the summer, dull, no doubt about that. I guess we'll start right with the S&P. So cash S&P, future S&P, this is what you have. The highs up here in the S&P was 1680. We've hit 1672. The high out there yesterday was 1671. Bottom line, over at the Nadex platform, there's a couple different things we can do here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sell the 10 to 12 spread. And the 10 to 12 spread right now, there's a spread out there at 1670, and you can basically sell it at 1666.80. And what ends up happening, so check this out. So what ends up happening here is that you have a risk-reward ratio. It goes from basically 320 you're risking out of 10 contracts to make 680. That's the first one. The second one would be going right to the end of the day. And right to the end of the day, what you have, folks, is this. What you try to do with these is you're trying to sell them as close to the top as you can get. And in this particular case, what I'd be looking at is I'm going to, at the end of the day, what I'm saying specifically is that we're going to close under the 1665 area. So what ends up happening is there's 1670 out there, and this gets really interesting because 10 contracts, you get a risk either of $50 to make $250 or $500 to make $2,500. Bottom line is that when you're selling at swing points, folks, it's totally where it's at. Now check this out. This is pretty cool. If we take a look at the Russell 2000, okay, this is what we have in the Russell 2000. The Russell 2000, folks, is one beautiful tiger butterfly. And these tiger butterflies are really hard to do, folks. This is what happens with a tiger butterfly. First off, it has to take out a B point of an A to B equals C to D with lighter volume, which it did. That took that out. Let me get the exact date. Okay, so that took it out on the 5th of July, okay? Takes out the B point, takes out with lighter volume. Then you have to take out the swing point with lighter volume. If we bring up the IWM and you take a look at the IWM as to what we have, this is what it is. IWM, your first swing point, the B point on this, was $37.8 million. That was $99.10. We get over that level. We take it out with $29 million. You get over the B point. Then we take out the swing point yesterday. Swing point out there had $68 million. We take it out with $34 million. And the actual, so check this out. The A to B equals C to D, full pattern setup is 102.72. And it came to 102.74 today. So what is the key? How do you trade this thing? The bottom line with any type of butterfly period is you give it no breathing room. The reason you give it no breathing room, they either work right away or they don't work, and they'll go exponential, either on the way up, on the way, if you're buying one on the way down, they can go all the way down. If you sell them on the way up, they can go exponential. So what you have here is that you can put your stop 50, 60 cents away, that's it, and you're gunning, okay? So on an IWM, you're at 102.55, you're gunning for 93. No, go to the top of it. You're gunning for 95. So you can see you're talking 7 points versus 50 cents. It's pretty wild how that baby shakes out. So market-wise out here coming into a Friday, what do you have? Well, the European markets, folks, basically are getting weaker. Our own King Dollar got crushed the last 2 days, but guess what? It got crushed coming in with lighter volume. You're going topside today. Bonds have hit a bottom, folks. What you're going to see with bonds, bottom line, they're going to be on the wrong side of the deal again. All those bonds have done is come back into the 2011 up thrust, and it never made it to the bottom of the swing point, which is pretty intense, you know, particularly of how fast we did come down. There's no two ways about it. Now, what bonds have done, and now they're going to show it on a weekly, they got back inside the range. Now, the range that it's in, if we're talking 134.26, the first range would only bring it up to about the 139 level. If we go take a look at this bond and you put it on a much longer term chart, and so you can see exactly what we've done here, what we've done is this. You've taken the breakout area, folks, okay, was August of 2011. We went from 127 to 141. The bottom of that is 127.09. You've come down there, dramatically lighter volume. If you take a look at the TLT, you'll see how this correlation sets up, and the setup is pretty cool. So what we have is this. You come down to last time with price, which you're supposed to do. That's 489 million shares. Guess what? We came down on the month of June with 249. Your correlation is 249 versus 489, and never made it to the bottom. Not only just made it to the bottom, what you're going to have now, you got to a lower low this month, rejected the low, back inside the range. It's the TLT right now, we're at 108.31. That's going to run to 114.62. And 114.62, folks, is where the range becomes vibrant, meaning if it can get inside that range, you got a high that can get hit. First time up in that range, I expect it's going to take a lot of flack. There's no two ways about that. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Let's go over to the gold contract. So what we've had with gold is this, GCQ. Gold contract out here. We can't, oh, I love how this is setting up. Oh, baby, I'm telling you, man, there's nothing like it, man. I'll tell you, man, markets, folks, are such a trip. You know, it's just absolutely amazing. So watch this. Oh, gold is really setting up here. This is really sweet. So check this out. Okay, we've done everything that we're supposed to do as to coming down, hitting the price points, and here, watch this. Let's put up the GLD just so you can see how vibrant this is. And it's so sweet, it's amazing, actually. So if we put up the GLD, we put it on a 10-year basis, what you're going to see is this, is that the last time that we had price and volume on the way up on the GLD was 119.54. So that's basically 1190 gold, okay? That's 1190 gold. Bottom line, of course, we do the extension because it was an ABC structure on the way up. It does the whole extension. Well, as we come off the highs of, 1900 gold, what ends up happening? Well, guess what? We go all the way back down to that level. And guess what? What do we hit that level with? Now, check this out. This is really cool. We hit that level with 254 million shares versus 570. 50% lighter volume, okay? We hit it. We reject it. It does all of the above, okay? That's the first part. Second part gets more interesting right here because today's a big day out here, and this is what it is, folks, is that what we did out here today is this. You go in sideways, you actually pull back slightly, and as we pull back, what we've done is this. We pull back with 88,000 contracts. We are coming into, this is setting up a B to C of an ABC up, and what it's doing is that it's not backing off, which is really sweet. So what we had here yesterday is this, 207,000 contracts. Now, what we want is we want to make sure, we'll see what happens on a Friday, but we want less than 207,000 contracts. Because if we get that, we have an A point that's set up at 1179, a B point that's set up at 1297, which is beautiful. That's $1.20. $1.20 onto that would give us 1380. Which totally sets up. So watch this. The 1380, A to B equals C to D sets up. The reason that it sets up is that your downdraft that had happened out there on the 15th of April, that bottom is 1388, and then it did a counter trend bounce. It looks to me like the next move in gold is going to get us somewhere out there about the 1380 level. We get our man, Mr. Darrell Martin. Darrell, what's going on?
Hey, man, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. What are you up to?
Well, my daughter is, she started up camp this summer, so
Nice.
We're taking her out to camp every morning. She's loving it.
Sweet, man. That's awesome. Well,
Next year she used to do overnight camp, so it'll be nice.
Oh, and is that the first
She
time?
can't wait.
That's always a big deal, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she'll love it. I mean, she has no problem at all staying over at her friend's house and grandma's house and everything else, so it'll be easy. But she's loving it. Swimming and everything else all day, and just all the other fun stuff she gets to do. You remember getting to do that stuff when you were a kid, going out there and just camp all day.
Oh, totally, man. Totally.
Yeah.
So listen, if you can bring up your analyzer. Right when I started off the show, I sold two different. Let me see here what I sold. Okay, so this is what I sold first. I sold the 10 o'clock, the 12 o'clock 1670s, and then I sold the 4 o'clock 1670s too. I think. Oh no, yeah, I sold both the 1670s. The 4. But what we're going to do. We're going to come into a break in a second, but we're going to bring up Darrell's analyzer, folks, and bisect and dissect this market. And if you haven't brought up your account yet at Nadex, folks, come over to our website at TFNN. You're going to see the Nadex banner on the top, on the side. You can bring that, hit that banner. You can open up a test drive account right here, right now, to put $25,000 into your account, so that as we're doing these, you can be a bull, you can be a bear, you can be whatever you want to be out here, folks. It's a beautiful thing, man, no doubt.
Sweet. All right. Well, I got it up.
Okay. So if we take a look at the S&P, okay. So because let's walk through this. Now, I actually like the small caps better, but as you always explain, the S&P, you have the better probability because of the spreads inside Nadex, right?
S&P and small cap are great. The only one that I watch out for are the spreads on the NASDAQ.
Okay, then that's even better. Then hold it. I want you to bring up the Russell.
So, but as far as like the Russell, I'm all about.
I have the S&P. I want to do the Russell because what the Russell has just done, the Russell has just set up a perfect Tiger Gottlieb, which is really hard to do. Because what happens is it has to get over 2 swing points. It has to have lighter volume. It hit the deal. So the reward versus the risk is pretty cool at this particular point. So. Okay. If we are UT, let me see this thing here for a second. IWM, and this is beautiful, folks, because as we're doing this, what's happening is that what the IWM right now is getting over the high of yesterday, and I got lighter juice. Let me see how many minutes I got. Oh, this is beautiful. There's only 1 minute left on the 10-minute, and we're dealing with. Yeah, I like it. So check this out. On a 10-minute, folks, and I don't want you day trading, but on a 10-minute, I only have 600,000 versus 2 million. So I like that one. Okay. So on the small cap, if I'm going to go into, I guess I'd rather. What is the best one you see if I wanted to go to the 415? You stay right there. You stay right there, folks. Darrell and I are coming right back. We have the Dow up 24, NASDAQ up 7, S&Ps are flat. We got the gold contract down 1, bonds are up 21, King Dollar's up 390. We're going to be right back.
With over 3 decades of commodity trading experience, Andy Hecht has developed a system that combines both technicals and fundamentals. He calls this approach Technomental, and now you can put it to work for yourself with his brand new service, the Technomental Commodity Report. In this weekly newsletter, which comes out each Thursday morning, Andy gives you his analysis of the market price direction bias using fundamentals, and then specific trade recommendations including entry and exit points using technicals. The recommendations in the newsletter are always based on stocks and ETFs, so a futures account is not required, and Andy will often use options in the recommendations as well. Andy will tell you where to get in, where to get out, and he'll outline the risk-reward profile for all recommendations. To get your month-long free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report by Andy Hecht while locking in the low introductory rate, visit the front page of TFNN.com today. With the launch of Tiger TV,
TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pezzamento, Andy Hecht, Victor Jones, or Darrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
McEwen Mining is a high-growth, mid-tier producer in the Americas with a market capitalization of $1 billion. Experienced mining executive Rob McEwen, as chairman, CEO, and president, owns 25% of the outstanding shares of McEwen Mining and has put in place an ambitious business plan with the goal of qualifying for inclusion in the S&P 500 by 2015. With $70 million in cash and liquid assets as of the end of 2012 and completely debt-free, McEwen Mining is poised for growth. Production in 2013 is forecasted to grow at 24%, reaching 130,000 gold equivalent ounces, and over the next 3 years, McEwen Mining projects that their production will increase to 290,000 gold equivalent ounces, almost a threefold increase from last year's totals. If you'd like to find out more about McEwen Mining, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE or TSX under the symbol MUX.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us. Right now, we get the Dow up 30, NASDAQ up 6, S&Ps are flat. And don't forget, folks, Darrell has his own program each and every day at TFNN, 1 to 2 Eastern Standard Time. And, of course, you can get all our programming right on your cell phone, TFNN.mobi. If you haven't brought up a Nadex test account yet, you can come over to our website at TFNN. You'll hit the banner. They'll put $25,000 of funny money. You can see exactly not only how dynamic the trading platform is, but the risk versus the reward, what you have here. Darrell has an outstanding analyzer that once you bring that up, we're going to walk through this right now. We're going to walk through the small caps as to see what would be the best reward versus risk. What it does, folks, is this. It doesn't tell you what to trade. Okay, you have to still understand what to trade. What the analyzer does do, however, is give you the best math behind what the trade is, which is just absolutely dynamite. So, small cap wise, what are we looking at here, Darrell? I'm looking at the screen right now, and it's so pretty. It is, man. I like what you did there, man.
So you think it's going to bust on out and keep on going to the moon, right? At least for the moment? Or you think it's going to fall back and fall on its face?
Well, I want to sell it. You know,
you want to go? You go short?
See, something happened here. I think I got these claws, and no matter how many times I cut these claws, I don't know what happens, man. It must be in the DNA.
All right. Well, you got a couple choices. All right.
Yeah.
Now, you want to go to 415, you told me, right? You want the long one. You want to manage it. You want to
I do. Well, yeah, we can explain to the audience. You can do it 10 to 12, folks, but I want the 415. The reason I want the 415 is this. On a Friday, folks, okay, up till 12 o'clock, this is going to go sideways. What you're going to get is people going to be looking at their accounts and saying, okay, coming into the weekend, do I want to take money or not? Like I'm watching Europe right now. Europe is closed at 11:30. It's starting to sell off right now. Europe was up. I suspect Europe's going to be flat to down. So I'm using that characteristic inside our own characteristic to go into the 415. That's what I'm doing.
Okay. Well, then, going with that, then what we're going to do is we got a couple choices. One of those would be if you just want to do a spread.
And that's what I want to do. I want to do the spread. And, yeah. What happens with the spread, folks, is that it's not the grand slam, you know, but you're not putting on red or green, because that's, to me, that's not where it's at, you know. So.
Right, yeah. It could just sort of just be flat. You could still be just fine and still have the profit and money there. So let's see here. Now, we do have the 415s. We got 3 415s, okay?
Yeah.
And so what I show people is I tell them to go in, you know, hit sell.
Yes.
And then, you know, let's go and let's just add, like, say 120 minutes on here. That'll get rid of all the small ones. So now all we have are the 415 showing up.
Okay.
Makes life a lot easier.
Right.
Okay? Now we have ones that are the one that's really close. The closest one, so it's more like mirroring the underlying market.
Yes.
Is going to be the one that is 1020 to 1040. That's a $70 risk for a $128 reward. Okay.
Right.
Now, that might be a bigger stop than you want, but it's right at the market.
Okay.
Okay.
What is the top end of that again? I'm sorry.
The top end of that is going to be 1040.
That's interesting. Okay. Yep. Okay. 1 second. Let me pull that up. I got it. Okay. Great. I got it. Okay. So, 1020 to 1040. We're talking, right?
Exactly. 1020 to 1040.
I got it.
Yep.
Okay. So watch what happens here, folks. So I'm going to sell.
Now we have a couple others but you have to depend upon about a 5-point move down to break even on those. But there's only a $15 risk.
Yeah, right. So if I sell 10 of those, I see. So if I tell 10 right now, I can sell those at 32. I'm doing a $750 loss, maximum loss for a $1,200 win. Or if you do one, folks, let me just do this a second. Okay, so one is $75 to $1.25. Okay, so let me pull this up again. Let me see this, because the key is It
all depends upon how far you think it's going to move.
Yeah, exactly. So
because that one right there is more one that you would use if you wanted to trade the Russell, but have completely capped risk in the process.
Yeah, because what happens is that's a big move in the Russell. It's not a big move, but it really is for a day like today, folks. No doubt. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so let's do this. Let's go over to the S&P then. See, what happens, folks, is that you got to be cognizant of how they move, and so inside the Russell.
That's why you need the scanner. I mean, because otherwise you may not even know you have that kind of risk.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so
now also as the day progresses, you said it's going to go flat for a while and then start moving down.
Right.
You may hop back in because the Russell sort of it's pushing up a little bit right now. You may be able to come into this thing and maybe let's say Russell moves up a few more points.
Right.
And now you're only taking like 2-3 points risk, and you have a massive profit potential on the way down.
No, that's a great point, huge point. This is Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien. You stay right there, folks. We have the Dow right now up 20, Nasdaq up 6, S&P's a flat. You have gold down 310, bonds up 18, King Dollar up 290, euro down 54, and the yen is up 25. We're going to be right back.
With the stock market flirting with all-time highs and volatility back, now is the perfect time for a 2-week free trial to Market Insights. On Monday, June 24th, Tom O'Brien closed out all 5 open positions in his daily newsletter, Market Insights, with all trades being profitable and ranging from a 2.23% gain all the way to more than an 11% gain in just one position for an incredible 32.7% profit combined between the 5 trades. Let Tom O'Brien's years of market experience work for you. If you'd like to see for yourself what kind of trading newsletter Tom O'Brien delivers to his clients each morning, then now is a perfect time to sign up for a 2-week free trial to his daily newsletter, Market Insights. In a volatile market like we currently have, the potential for fast market moves like we've seen recently is a trader's dream. So don't wait any longer. Sign up for your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today at the front page of TFNN.com.
No matter where you listen to TFNN programming, we want you to know you can always access your favorite shows on demand through TFNN.com. TFNN airs live programming every market day from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can view each program by accessing Tiger TV through our homepage. We even have an easy link for all mobile devices, including iPhones and iPads, located at the top right-hand corner of the TFNN homepage. You can use your smartphone to view Tiger TV, but if you don't have a mobile connection that can keep up with streaming live video, then you can simply visit TFNN.mobi in the browser of your smartphone for live streaming audio of all of our programs. The mission of TFNN is to educate our audience directly and interactively through our interactive website and radio call and talk shows. TFNN is able to teach all levels of investors the technical skills needed to trade in today's marketplace. In order to get the best information possible, TFNN has assembled the most respected financial minds in the country to provide the most current news and comprehensive advice available. TFNN.com. Educating investors.
Darrell Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Darrell Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads. Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Dow is up 19, Nasdaq up 6, S&P's are flat, and we're talking with our man, Mr. Darrell Martin. He's got the scanner up here, and we're going to basically, I'm going to sell this S&P again.
Sweet. Okay, well, here's what you got. Now, this is actually a really good thing to explain, too.
Okay.
The reason why you don't have just like the perfect ideal risk-reward line up on a spread right now for 415 is because what they do is whenever a spread starts trading, so like it starts at 6 o'clock.
Right.
And for the 415s, so 6 p.m. at night to 415, and then 8 a.m. to 415.
Okay.
Okay? Now, every hour after 8 a.m., they're going to have like 8 a.m. to 10 and 9 to 11, and, you know, they'll make a new one every hour. But they'll be 2 hours long. Before
let's go to
the long ones.
Okay.
Here's the reason why they're not there is because, like, the market ran up this morning, right?
Exactly.
So what they do is they set, let's say it's going to be 30 points wide. Okay, the ones that start at 8 a.m.?
Yeah.
They're going to put it 30 points from where the market was at 8 to 30 points above it.
Oh, cool.
Where the market was to 30 points below it. And then one in the middle, 15 points above and below.
Okay.
So unless you're like going short when it's already went up, say, 15 points.
Well, let's go to the 12 o'clock then. Because what will happen is this. So watch why, folks. Because what will end up happening, Europe closes at 11:30 our time. Okay? So I'll go with the 12 o'clock because what ends up happening, traders are going to see where Europe closes, and then we go from there. All right, okay. And that actually, you have less points, but you actually have less risk also. So.
Right. Well, and you have less time, so it doesn't even matter as much.
That's right. No, I'm with you. Right.
Unless, I mean, there's just a major movement between now and 12.
And it looks like there's some 70s out here, which is nice, right? Yeah.
Exactly. And so we'll tighten this puppy up right here. Well, now we'll cap it at 120. So now we just see the 12 o'clocks.
Right.
The 11 and the 12s. Okay. So now I can go in and we got a 1660 to 1670.
Yes.
For 12 o'clock right there. We got maybe 2 points to break even, pure profit after that, but we have a 1 to 5 risk to reward ratio, which is great. So we're risking 20 to make 78.
Oh,
so you
man.
can put on 5.
This is intense, man. Oh, I'm hitting this. So I'll hit it first. Where do you see this, folks? Because this is intense. So, yeah, explain to them, Darrell. That's pretty cool, man. That's amazing, actually.
So what we're looking at is a ceiling of 1670.
Right.
All right? And which means that we can't lose any money above any additional money above 1670.
Right.
We can make money all the way down to 1660 from where we sold it. So we're going to sell it at 1668.50.
I just sold it. So my risk is $160 on 10 of them, and I can make $840.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can't even put on an ES future contract for that with intraday day trading margin.
Right. No, that's pretty intense, actually. Right.
Your risk is, I mean, what is $160? 3 points on S&P?
No, exactly. And
it's easy to have a 3-point stop loss in the S&P. So right there, I mean, now your trade is your stop. You don't have to worry about it just flying against you. If it does go up a couple more points before it flips and reverses like you're expecting to,
you can take the bread.
Well, you can take it, yeah. And then now, let's say it goes up 3 or 4 points, you're not down any additional money.
Right.
By 12 o'clock, if it does go ahead and do that reversal like you're expecting,
right,
you have a nice profit potential built into the trade.
So watch this, folks. It doesn't mean, the 160 I'm risking to make 840. It doesn't mean you're going to make the 840 either, because the low of today has only been 1667. So at 1667, that 160 will come to about 320, 340, and that's it, because if it comes before expiration, it comes at expiration, it'd actually be about 200, okay? But what you have is this, is that the first acceleration down, that was at 910, so there's no juice on that. The second one, though, I have some juice at the actual 1667.50, okay? So if we get back into that level and you have an extension, it'll be real easy to get the 1660. Now, this is why. If you're watching Tiger TV, we hit 1660 yesterday at 10:40 a.m. and I have juice down at the bottom. I have 50,000 contracts down there. So that's where you can see that if you are talking, number one, swing points. Number two, you're talking about a reward versus a risk that's set up and a defined number that you can lose. And that's the biggest thing, I think, one of the biggest things in Nadex. There's no doubt about it. When you hear us say that, go ahead, sorry. Yeah.
Well, this is actually a pretty cool statement. I was talking to a trader the other day. We were talking about this sort of a cool fact. When you're trading futures or really much of anything,
sure,
and you add on a contract,
right?
If you go and you short another ES contract, you're compounding your risk, right?
Right.
Because now every point is another $50 a risk.
Oh, big time, man. Yeah.
Okay?
Right.
And on top of every other contract you already have.
Right.
On Nadex, when you add them on, you don't compound it. It really just adds to your risk.
Right. That's right.
People go, what's the difference? Well, adding means I added another $70 a risk, or added another $30 a risk.
Right.
Or add another $160 a risk, like in this case. Okay?
Yeah, that's huge,
But
man.
I didn't add another $50 a point.
No, that's right.
Of risk.
That's right.
Where that just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger as it grows. So it's not like my risk can just exponentially grow, which is what compounding is about, is the exponential growth one way or the other.
Right.
But this is just the addition of risk. So it's pretty cool. It's a different way to trade. It's a lot more relaxing.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. There's no doubt about it, man. There's no doubt about it. What we have out here, let's go take a look at the Dow Industrials. Right now, inside the Dow, folks, the Dow is trying to make this run up to the highs. You have two different spike highs out here. The first one is the 521, 15,521. That was the one that didn't hold on the 28th of May, and of course the spike high is 15,542. 542, yeah, it's 542, so 591, is that right? Hold on, 15,000, yeah. Okay, we're at 491. I see what's going on here. Inside the Dow Industrials, putting juice into it is Boeing, Home Depot, American Express, United Technologies. Taken out of it is Verizon, GE, Intel, and Microsoft. Big Blue is screaming out here that it just can't handle it, which is pretty intense, man. Do you know what I mean? Because if Big Blue does the next leg down, folks, see, Big Blue right now has a high volume low at 187. You know, so basically it's sticking out there and saying, okay, you know, I want to be tested. It doesn't mean that it has to break, but what we have had is that Big Blue has been down here 4 different times on a monthly basis in like the last 7 months. And what's holding it up right now is going all the way back to August of 2011. And, you know, there's nice strength there. There's no two ways about it. The reason that you want to keep your eye on Big Blue is that Big Blue did exactly what it should on the way up, meaning it was taking swing points out, it was taking them out with volume, it did all of that above. Let's go to Ilka in Boston. Ilka, what's going on?
Oh, Ilka's back.
That's a beautiful thing.
How are you guys?
Oh, man, I'd be better if I'd be up there with you in Boston using that beautiful gift card you gave us to Regina's. Listen to this. This is wicked. I have this right in my desk. Ilka sent us a gift card, folks, and I really do appreciate it. And I'm looking at this thing last night. I'm saying to myself, oh, man, I'd go for Regina's Pizza right now. I'm telling you.
I wish we could send those, you know, like through computer, the taste and the smell.
Wouldn't that be... Now, you talk about middleware, folks. That you could make a fortune. You'd be billionaires overnight if we could do that. No doubt. No doubt.
So, Darrell, hi. I would like you to go against Tom. I'm going long on S&P. I'm going to bet him.
Okay.
So find me a nice trade.
Oh, baby, here we go. I like it.
I've been a little long on the S&P myself this morning. I mean, I'm all about going short. I just got to wait for it to turn around, you know? So.
Okay, so let's do it. I like it. Okay, so what are we betting?
Well,
I'll bet you a quarter, okay?
Yeah, no. We'll just have our own bets, whatever we're going, you know?
No, totally.
Just for the fun of it. But
I bet you I'll make money that you're going to lose when I buy and you sell. Like that? I mean, that works too.
Darrell, I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said you just go in and you go, I'm going to bet that I'm going to make the money that you're going to lose when I buy and you sell.
There you go.
Ah,
okay.
There you go.
Sounds
good. There you go.
Okay.
So, Darrell,
okay, right now we got a 12 o'clock, and you can go in and you can buy the 1670 to 1680, and you got $27 a risk, or if you want to do really short term, because the thing is sort of flying.
No, I don't want to go any shorter. No, I don't want to go.
You don't want to go any shorter? All right. Well, then you also have, by the way, if you want to go longer, I don't know if you want to go longer, but if you want to go longer, let's look at those long, because we didn't really look at the long ones this morning. And the 415 buys.
Okay, hold on. When did you say the noon one? The noon one. What did you say for the noon?
Okay, the noon one, you got the 12 o'clock expiration, 1670 to 1680.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Yep.
And then you got a $29 with fees. Okay, $29 risk. So
okay,
per contract. Fine. Yeah, so you're talking $150 a risk.
That's perfect. $150
to buy 5 or 300 buy 10.
Pair of shoes, yes.
All right, well there we go.
So you're buying.
You're all set.
So let's see. You're giving up a point, right? Right.
Give it 1 point.
That's not bad. So when we're talking about giving up a point, folks, okay, so, you know, you got to picture where you're at, what you're buying or selling for, and that's really sweet that you only have given up a point, man. That's interesting. So you know what's interesting about that? So even in that one there, I mean, I went short and we had a good reward versus risk, but Ilka has a good reward versus risk too. Interesting. Man.
You can always straddle too.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
I mean, you can always do both.
Yeah.
If your risk and reward are pretty low.
Nope, I'm happy. This is good. Hey, listen, have a wonderful weekend. Tom, today's a perfect day to come to Boston. Humidity is gone, and it's just gorgeous.
Is it?
Just hop on a plane, Tom. You'll be there.
I love it.
Doing some Regina's for lunch today.
I'm telling you, man.
Exactly.
Oh, my God.
Listen, have a wonderful... I just had to do it because I'm like, oh, my goodness, I'm going long, and he wants to short us, so...
Perfect.
Anyways, this is perfect. I thought I'll give you a call to say hello.
We appreciate it.
Okay, have a good one, you guys. Thank you so much.
Have a great one. Have a safe one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Well, what we just did have happen, it's going to be interesting to see. Let me pull this. ESU So simultaneously, I'm going to pull this future up. So what we just did. Let's see, let me get that. It's 2 days. Okay, so I think I got you, Ilka. Okay, so check it out, folks. This is what we just.
Yeah, we got velocity going on.
Now, watch what we just did. So this is what we did. We spiked, folks. Right when after she put the trade on, it was really sweet. We spiked at 1672.75. Now we've done that with 26,000 contracts. Let's see how many more minutes I got. She got 4 more minutes. Okay, but this is what it's doing. It's spiking into a high of yesterday, folks, with 81,000 contracts. That was at 1550. So what happens is this. I'm telling you, man. Sometimes when I think about how many times how long I've been in front of screens, it blows my mind. But anyway, and looking at 10-minute charts. So watch this. So what you have is this. Is that the expansion in volume would have to go up. It can happen. That's the bottom line. You get 5 minutes. No, you only get 3 minutes for it to happen right now. So right now we're at 21,000. We're talking about 84,000. So if on this 10-minute bar, if we close under 1671.75, that would be a failure. And right now we are at 1671.75. And yes,
but
folks,
we're also right at the half deviation line on TF.
Oh, really? Okay, so let's talk about
right
that.
At it. 1036.8 on the Russell.
Okay.
We're right at it. And then I talked to you about this in Boston. You know these velocity bars I sort of made up that I've been testing out?
Yes.
And basically it's where the market moves really fast with no volume.
Okay. Yes.
So it's measuring that.
Right.
And I just had 2 velocity bars back to back.
Oh,
right there
sweet.
On the Russell, right at the deviation level. So this is definitely like a high probability pullback level at this point right now.
Oh, interesting, man. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we got the. Not only do we have a half deviation level, statistically we got it. We got. I mean, looking at the option levels, that 1035, that was a pretty hard level anyway. And then looking at the velocity bars, there's a lot of things adding up that says, hey, if you're long, you better tighten, Ilka. You might want to tighten up right now and protect that profit. And if you got any there, you want to tighten that up and definitely be looking for a short right now.
I love it, man. You know, folks, if you haven't test drove the Nadex platform yet, you can come over. It's free. You can just come to our website, hit the banner, bring it up. They'll put $25,000 in your account. Once you're up and going, you know, you can open an account with, you know, don't open it with $100. You can, folks. Put $500,000 in or whatever, just so you're basically going to give yourself a chance to make real money. Okay. Bottom line, what you'll see once you get it open, where you can go test drive Darrell's analyzer, and you want to make sure you do that, folks, because what does happen is this: is that the analyzer in general is going to save you a huge amount of grief and a huge amount of money. One button not only is going to give you the best setup, no, it's going to give you the best mathematical trade. Okay, you still, as I said earlier, you still have to understand what you want to trade, but when you hit that button, it's going to give you what the best trades are, meaning risk versus reward versus time. Okay, which is so cool, right? No doubt, man.
Exactly. It's sort of like if you want to trade Apple and you want to use calls, you got to figure out which call to use.
Absolutely, man.
Except for this is a lot better than calls.
Yeah, big time. You stay right there, folks. Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. We have the Dow up 29, Nasdaq up 7, S&P's are flat. We're going to bring it back.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's trading newsletter.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the Forex market, and more. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 full weeks. That's an $85 value. Yours free when you register right now.
Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind.
And get the edge you've been looking for.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, has helped subscribers for over 10 years navigate the high-risk world of exploring and producing gold companies. And now's a great time to sign up for a free month-long trial to see the kind of insight that Tom delivers for his subscribers on a weekly basis. Every Monday, Tom O'Brien issues a quick update on the metal market, giving you his take on the HUI, XAU, GLD, dollar, bonds, and much more. Tom follows Monday's update with a full gold report, which is delivered to subscribers Tuesday afternoon with detailed coverage of 24 separate gold or metal stocks, as well as another 10 to 15 stocks that he lets you know are on his potential watch list. Get your month-long free trial to the Gold Report today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Don't spend another year navigating the metal markets on your own. Act early in 2013 and make the most of your gold and metal market investments. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Nowhere, spelled N-O-W-H-E-R-E. At one point, we've all been there, whether it be our health, career, or our finances. Some might be there right now. So where are you when it comes to your trading and investing? Better yet, where would you like to be? The good news, I can take you from nowhere to now here right now. Same letters, N-O-W-H-E-R-E, just a totally different emphasis and focus. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes with TFNN, and on July 25th at 6:30 p.m., I'm going to share with you a trading strategy that I began on May 10th when the S&P was at 1627 and closed at the same price 8 weeks later. That's right, the S&P went nowhere versus a trading strategy that produced a 100% hypothetical return in that same period of time, and it's now here for you. Subscribers to my daily newsletter service, Mastering Probability, have free access to this exciting live workshop. The trend is your friend. All the details are on the homepage of TFNN.com. Decisions shape your destiny, and your trading destiny is now here for you.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Darrell Mott and Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Don't forget, folks, at TFNN, we start live programming each and every day, 9 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock in the evening, Eastern Standard Time. All of that programming you can get right on your cell phone, folks. TFNN.mobi stream comes right across. If you want to get Tiger TV, you can do the same thing. Just hit TFNN.com. On the right-hand side, what you'll see is a box with all different digital gadgets in it. You hit the box. Our servers will understand what gadget you are on. Tiger TV comes up, and you can check it out and get the charts simultaneously. Right now, we get the Dow up 19. Nasdaq is up 6. S&Ps are flat. So it's gonna be interesting here watching how this thing shakes out. Because see, what you have in the summer, folks, is that you got to we get 11:30. We get 11:30 close inside the European market, and that it will affect our market slightly, not heavily, but it'll affect it enough as to is it going to be able to basically hold on to gains. Right now, the FTSE is going to be, looks to me like it's going to be closing at a low of the day, and that's after it tested the high, folks. So that'll be another failure inside the FTSE. So we'll see where this shakes out, man.
Well, looking right now, yeah, we got the S&P. I mean, it's doing nothing.
Exactly. No, I know.
Sort of like yesterday. Yesterday it was like.
And so that's what you have here, folks, and that's you can, now this is for the bulls. There's no doubt about it. That would be normal inside the context that, you basically a jump tire. It's, a bullish thing could say, hey, it's taking a rest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yesterday, it popped up right after Bernanke did his little speech at 4:10.
That's right. Yeah.
It popped right on, and people they're like, what's going on? I'm like, it was on the calendar, man. The dude was speaking at 4:10.
Right.
But it flew up, and this is interesting. We're always talking about these deviations, right?
Yes.
Look at where yesterday it flew to and stopped. I remember one deviation is like 68, 70% of expected move.
Okay. Sweet.
Just statistically, right there.
Right.
And pops right up. And this isn't the standard deviation for the new listeners out there. This is actually implied deviation, which means we're taking the implied volatility out of the market.
Yes.
Which is the expected movement. Implied being expected, volatility being movement. Expected movement in the option market.
Right.
So where the big boys are going in and they're, position sizing and hedging and everything else. And so that basically tells you, that's a very simple, very accurate way, because it's not just, how far somebody thinks it's going to go. It's people putting their money where their mouth is.
Exactly.
On how far it's going to go.
Right.
And it jumps right to one deviation. And it hung out there all day until we didn't even really leave off of it till 2:30. And then we popped up to 1.5 deviation and closed.
That's pretty cool, man. Yeah.
Isn't that sweet? I mean, it's just
it absolutely
over and over again. It's crazy.
And what does end up happening, folks, is that so picture the deviation, of course, is a mathematical deal. What does happen, though, there's no doubt when you see large funds moving money, okay, they're paying attention to it, because you got to remember something, how this business is set up, meaning the financial business on a larger basis. What happens on a larger basis, most of those folks that are coming in on a larger basis, when they're getting money off people, what they want to know is this: what they pitch on the sell is that they're always pitching the bell curve. And the reason my take is they're always pitching the bell curve, because sometimes you can pitch a 20-year, 10-year, whatever type of bell curve, and they're going to say, see, as long as we come outside of these and we buy here, and it's going to come back. You know what I'm saying? You're going to love it. Listen, folks, you stay right there. We got our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, coming up next. Of course, then Nico and Paige are coming up. Keep you healthful. Darrell's going to be right back with you. Have a great one. Have a safe one. Thanks, Darrell, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one.
You too.
Recently, Basil Chapman has had some outstanding trades in his newsletter, The Opening Call. Each morning by 9 a.m., Basil uploads his newsletter to the TFNN servers so that his subscribers can access his expert trading advice. Basil gives his take on the direction of key indices and updates any active trades that his subscribers are currently in. Just recently, Basil subscribers closed out a short position in Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG, for more than an $86 profit per share, over a 20% gain in just one position. If you'd like to try out Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, then visit the front page at TFNN.com and click Trading Newsletters. There you'll find Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, where you can request a free sample copy. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, on TFNN.